Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a very classical Swiss watch brand called Mondaine. If you might not have noticed, these are the same designs as the Swiss Railways clock. So if you happen to be in Switzerland and you go to the railway station, you might see these clocks all over the place. And Mondaine has been around for a pretty long time. They have a very long history of traditional Swiss watch clockmaking, especially for the railways. And this is basically a one-to-one mimic of the actual clock that you'll see in the railway station. So I think it's pretty cool. This is a newer kind of model. It's dubbed the Evo2, as you can see here. Very simplistic, very, down-to-earth watch. It's easy to read. It has some nice colors, and it also comes on a very nice bracelet, and it's Swiss-made as well. Mondaine is owned by the Lume group, I believe. And they own a few brands, if you did not know that. Packaging is actually pretty simple in a cardboard box with your international warranty, and it just slides open like that, as you can see in the photo. No issues there. The price on this one is about $720 US, straight from their website. I will drop a link down in the description below so you can check them out after this video. There's also a 15% discount code I saw on their website, so don't forget to use that code if you want to buy one of these watches. But anyway, let me push the crown back in, get this thing going. Let's see what's on my wrist, and we'll dig right into it. On my wrist today is the newly acquired Tissot PRX Quartz model. I really like this watch. It took me a while to decide if I wanted the automatic or the quartz version, and the quartz version was released first, if you didn't know that. I think it's just very simple. It has that vintage vibe to it. It has that Gerald Genta design, integrated bracelet. As you can see, I've worn this a lot over the past month, and I've really been enjoying it. There will be a full review of this watch coming up real soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, getting into some basic specifications. This model itself is housed in a solid brushed 316L stainless steel case all around. You get the M red emblem on that pull and push crown, which you only get about 30 meters of water resistance. It's in a kind of an integrated lug shape, kind of a pie pan style case. We do get a genuine sapphire crystal anti-reflective coating, which really helps with legibility. Very legible at all angles, as you can see on this watch. And with my calipers, it's supposed to be a 40mm watch. I got 39.5mm across. I got 10.5mm tall, 20mm in between the lugs. And when you're looking at lug to lug or top to bottom, 46mm with my calipers. So definitely a very nice size. For the watch enthusiast. My wrist is 6.75 inches, and it fits just perfectly. Now taking a look at this white dial, as you can see here, if we get in a little closer, very colorful with that black and red play. We do get a red lollipop, or kind of an, I would call it a lollipop, sweeping around as the seconds hand. We get rectangular, thick black hands. We get indexes that are black, which match the hands, as you can see here. We get minute markings in black rectangles, which are smaller. So everything kind of goes along with the theme of the Swiss railway clock. We get a cutout for the date over at the 3 o'clock with a white background to match the white dial. We get all print work below the 12 Mondaine, and then you get automatic printed. And as you can see, it does say Swiss made. So this is a Swiss made watch. Now the crown itself is pull and push. As you can see here, nice size crown, very easy to grip, I must say. And the finishing on the case is also pretty good. It's a satin brushed finish, nice short lugs, really fits nice and snug on the wrist. But all around the case, the finishing is very smooth. There are no errors whatsoever. Inside of this watch, we're looking at the SW200. It's a Swiss-made automatic caliber, kind of a competitor to the ETA 2824, basically kind of the same thing. I've been getting plus 5 seconds per day on this watch. I've been timing it, so I think that's pretty good for a non-cost regulated movement. The SW200 has about 38 hours of power reserve. It beats at 4 Hertz, or 28,800 beats per hour. Yeah, it's a simple movement, but it's a great movement. It's a Swiss movement. It functions. It works. Service intervals can vary from, from 2 to 10 years. It depends on you. These things really last a long time. Now, the watch does have self-winding in the first position, which is actually relatively pretty smooth. No issues there. We do have power already, as you can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and just move the hands here. And then we pull out one position. You get a quick set date, which functions just fine, very snappy. Final position is your hacking position. And we can set the time precisely here. Very nice time set, positive feedback. No issues with that. Everything functions as it should. Push that back in, and you're all good to go. Now the bracelet itself is a mesh bracelet, but it's kind of different. It's a clamp. It closes down on a clamp. As you can see, it is brushed and signed with the MONDAINE logo very neatly there. So it's a mesh style bracelet. It clamps down on this clasp here, which says MONDAINE stainless steel. It's stamped, but it's very hard. It's not cheap. It's done very nicely, as you can see the work here, which was cut out. It's very nice, and it's self-adjustable. You pull this down over here, and you go up and down till it fits your wrist. Very easy to use, and then it clamps down just like that. Everything conforms very nicely to the wrist. You're going to have no issue fitting this one to your wrist. Now if I open this back up again, you can actually see they actually put an exhibition case back, which is screwed down. States some basic specifications. 5 ATMs. You get a glimpse of the SW200 inside. Yeah, just a simple movement. Nothing really to show off like crazy. But it's always nice to see the inner workings of a watch. The bracelet itself has quick release pins, so if you want to switch this one to a leather band, a NATO band, or something of that nature, it's going to be very easy for you to do that, even if you're not experienced with watches. You just push in here, the band comes right off. But I think you'd want to keep it on this bracelet. The quality is very good. It's kind of polished over here. It's very smooth. It doesn't pull hair or anything like that, and it's very nicely done. Now, this watch, in terms of lume, there is no lume on this watch, so keep that in mind if you're a lume freak. It might be a problem for some people. For me, it's not really. This watch is all about the history of the Swiss railway clock, and they did that perfectly, 1-to-1, and I think it came out really good. Obviously, they've been making these for years. This is kind of modern interpretation, 40 millimeters. It's a standard size. They have a lot of smaller ones and ladies ones as well. I believe they even have a 36 for men's, or unisex if you have a smaller wrist. But it's a very well-made watch. It's a simple watch. It's a great everyday watch, a great watch to wear to work. It's going to function for a long time. It's a simple watch, easy to read at a glance. And I think they got it right. Let's see how it looks on my 6.75-inch wrist, and we'll go from there. On my 6.75-inch wrist, 46 lug to lug fits me just fine. It wears very comfortable, I must say, for this mesh band. I wasn't expecting that. It sits pretty much flat on the wrist, as you can see here. It does not pull hair when you glide it up and down your wrist, which is always nice to see. You can see that AR coating doing its job right now. But yeah, very comfortable on the wrist. Obviously looks very, very nice, very classical, I should say. And yeah, it fits very nicely. So furthermore, guys, I think for the price, MONDAINE is putting out a very well-made product. It's Swiss made. It has an automatic Swiss caliber. You're getting a sapphire crystal. You're getting a nice bracelet with a nice clasp. You're getting an exhibition case back as well. It's running great in terms of accuracy, which is always nice to see. You're getting an international warranty, and this is if you buy it from MONDAINE, obviously. And it's just a classic design. Obviously, I believe with the discount, I believe it's $720 minus 15%. You're looking at about $600. I think it's a pretty good deal if you want a piece of history on your wrist from Switzerland. I think it's a good way to go for more of kind of entry-level Swiss automatic watch. Obviously, it's not high luxury or anything like that, but it has substance to it. There's a history behind it, and you're not really going to see these on a lot of people's wrists unless they're a watch enthusiast or they know about watches, because MONDAINE is one of those brands that, if you know about watches, you know about MONDAINE. So it's definitely something different. Obviously, people are going to be looking at it because it looks different. It has that nice red accent lollipop, which really stands out. In terms of negatives, I don't know. I mean, I think it's an all-around great design. I've always liked this design. I've owned a MONDAINE in the past, but it was a 36 millimeter. Definitely liking the 40 millimeter better. That size is much better for the modern day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the new MONDAINE Evo2. And I will see you guys real soon. Definitely don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, let me know what you think, and we'll talk more down in the comment section. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.